Morning, here we go. So obviously coffee cups is a big important thing. So today, for the first time, we're mixing the older ones with the new ones so we can both have spots. Check that out. This one has stripes inside. Just see, look, it's like felt lines. You know how I'd have 2/3 please. Oh, which line would you like? I'd go to the 17th line, please. Genius. Genius, gotta love it. Love it. Yeah. So here we are, new week. Monday the 18th.
Monday the
yeah, whatever day it is. Yeah, there's one of my clients, a friend as well. She ticks off every single day, puts on a chalkboard. So that's how I know how many days it is.
So you know how many days it is because she tells you.
No, because she puts it on her Instagram story, just doing the little mark every day. So I think it's like
Do you know just because you've got a calendar on your phone?
I know what day it is. I don't know how many days we've been doing social distancing and stuff. That's like day 53, the big brother house. Remember, I was explaining to the kids about that.
Big brother.
We were doing the lockdown, it's only like the second week. Like trying to explain the voice and everything. You know, the Jordan guy that does the voice over. Yeah.
Did they get it? We don't watch stuff like that.
I don't watch stuff like that. I mean, they're too young for it, but they were kind of interested in that.
They're too young for it, Mark. I'm not being funny, babe. Loads of kids their age to watch it.
Doesn't mean they should be watching it.
No, it doesn't. Well, not our kids. Can you imagine Eden Joy? She'd be like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather they watch Celebrity SAS and I'm better than slapping some posh boys around. Yeah, don't listen to his language, but the what he's saying is probably about right. Yeah, there we go. I was going to talk about, this is my first world problem. This is a big first world problem. I love this watch, right? My brother and sister-in-law gave it to me for my 40th birthday. But it seems that every time I go to do something at the moment, because it's got hands on top of a digital face, it's over the digital part that I need.
Can you
so I was
not
looking
read
at the date.
No,
it was across the top. I was like, is it the 18th? Is it the 19th?
Oh, I see. You can read a normal watch.
Yeah, of course. I know it's like 3 minutes past 7. Morning, Dave. And then when I was running with Levi last week, because it got round to 12:30, we were trying to judge like 4.5 minutes or whatever for running. We're like, oh, really sorry, Levi, you just ran an extra 15 seconds there because I couldn't see on my watch.
I think that's all right.
That's fair enough.
15 seconds is not.
A little bit of
neither here nor there, really.
Overreach, isn't it? Getting into that little bit extra for couch to 5k. Which is going pretty well, isn't it?
It's going well.
It was a good run on Friday. I enjoyed going out with you guys.
Yeah, Mark came on Friday.
I did a bit of too much coaching and things, but can't help myself really.
It was too much coaching. We just wanted to go for a nice run along, through the woods and along the canal,
For me, it was like...
And Mark's like, put your feet up! To the side! To the side! Single file, everyone!
There's bikes coming.
Shut up.
Don't mess about with what you're saying, hey. Just say how it is.
I was too tired to filter.
Too tired to filter. Then or now?
Both.
Oh, yes. Yeah. This is finishing this for the first one from before.
You want me to use a new cup for you, don't you?
Yeah, why? Because I want them to be matching.
Right.
That's good.
Other than spotty and stripy cups and me spilling coffee on the table, what are you thinking about this morning?
Well, I was on a fairly regular basis, usually every 3 to 4 weeks. I usually meet up with some guys on a Saturday morning and have breakfast at a place in Guiseley, which is really nice. Talk about things, and it's good. It's good man time. And we're not doing that at the moment, but we are doing the Zoom version, which is great that we're still connecting that way. And one of the guys on there, Phil, he is very wise, very experienced guy, lovely guy, and he was talking about about my parish. So this guy's from church that I meet with, and I kind of switched that just a little tiny bit to make it a little bit wider context, but it's the same principle of talking about my patch. I've just been taking care of our little bit.
My space, my responsibility.
That thing, same thing. I mean, his story was amazing because it was talking it was a lady that he knew through some of the people who basically was involved in a church down in Devon and Cornwall, or that sort of area, and the church attendance was, I think it might have been Church of England, church attendance was going down and down and down, and the person who'd been speaking to her said, well, what do you do? And she was the delivery driver for the bakery, which it sounds like straightforward job. But through being relational and friendly and getting chatting to people, she kind of befriended the people who ran the bakery and managed the bakery, and not a straightforward business to run. Any business that sells products is up and down, and she kind of just said a few things to them, and they changed a couple of things, and the business was doing better. And because of that, then she suggested that people who were working for them would probably work a bit better if they had a little bit more money. So they did that, and then then she put in a program to make sure that none of the waste got chucked away, and it got given to people that could give it out to people that didn't have any food or as much money. And it was the thing of, you might not feel that everything's going great, but there's always kind of something you can do. And she was having a positive impact in a kind of very small sphere that was very personal to her. Obviously, it was her work, and you can't underestimate the impact of doing what you're doing, even if it's just really simple. It doesn't seem like you're doing anything.
Yeah.
You're just being you. And I extended a little bit wider with what I put out with Lunge and Listen in the MW Fitness Online group. Just more that it's really easy at the moment to kind of get drawn into all the things people are saying and that's going on around us, because it's almost, you can't go on social media and avoid someone's opinion, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, and there are some things that we've talked about that aren't necessarily, we don't think are great in terms of coming out of social distancing and lockdown, particularly around kids going to school, things like that. And that's okay for us to do that. We would choose to discuss that. And
you can say on social media.
On social media, in a sense of what we think and why we think it.
Yeah.
And share an article that we then disagree with, or another article that we agree with, or that sort of stuff.
It's getting into the slanging matches as well, isn't it?
And I think,
which we wouldn't.
I know we'd look to the government for guidance and what we should do, but at the same time, we've all got our opinions, we've all got our brain, and we can take responsibility for what we think and do what's right for us, our family, and for those around us. I think we need to just kind of be okay with that. And I know there's obviously guidance.
But what I think is completely against what the government is saying, and I think that I'm right and they're wrong, and that everybody around me will be absolutely fine regardless of what I do.
Well, it's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one, isn't it? You can't. You're going to take care of yourself, in a sense, and it's
Sorry, I made that hard.
There are some polar opposite views, and some views that some people have got that I guess are quite surprising. And
it's interesting.
It's frustrating, I guess, in that sense, when you feel like you are doing what the government's asking, and then some people are now definitely not. So, but all we can take care of is ourselves and our own actions, and those we're responsible for, especially like if we've got kids and things like that.
Yeah,
and do what's right. Do what's right.
Yeah, I mean, like with the kids for sure, because there's not going to be, as far as I'm aware, repercussions if we choose to keep, in theory, according to what the government is saying now, we send one of our kids back to school on the 1st of June and not the other. And, all respect, Mr. Johnson, I'm not doing that. And that's fine, and they've said that, as far as I'm aware, there's no repercussions for that, and that's your choice as a parent.
Yeah.
The difficulty is more like when I was in the shop yesterday and other people's choices are impinging upon my choices because they're choosing to be very close to my personal space.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
Yeah, it's true.
That's a bit different when your personal choices impacting somebody else's. But I think that's the thing. Like at the end of the day, whether we agree, I don't know what this has got to do with my patch thing, but
just where I extended it to with what I was
okay.
talking about.
Oh,
Taking
okay.
responsibility for
yeah. Whether I agree with everything that Boris Johnson and his, squad have.
It's called the cabinet.
Yeah, squad goals.
Squad goals. Yeah.
Have decided on, and there's probably stuff that at first I did agree with, and now retrospectively I might think I don't know if that was the best thing, but I can agree. Like I can agree to respect their decision, and I can agree not to kind of get into slagging. Like you can say your opinion,
Yeah.
but it's getting to a point where everyone's kind of slung in mud, which ain't fun.
This is, I don't know if this is a modern thing. It's probably not, because obviously there's all those things been going on. Yeah, that's it, Dave. And you have to kind of do, this is exactly what I'm saying, doing what's right for your situation. And obviously, Seb's not in a unique situation in that he's a young boy and needs looking after.
Yeah.
And that's right.
And that's exactly what I was like. That's what I was saying. Like, I can choose not to send my kids to school, but if other people's choices are gonna like impinge on me, then that's disrespectful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, Dave, you've got to do what's right for your family and for your kid. If somebody started like coming right up in your space, then because they felt that was okay, then that's not good, is it?
Wow.
Yeah,
so Joe's, it might be out of your hands. Yeah,
honestly,
that's a shame. It shouldn't be that way in a sense. But
honestly, all our love to you. I think you're a flipping superstar.
And Lizzie's done the same.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to go into it what I think in a sense, but whatever happens, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
And
honestly, like total superstars. Like we won't be sending Eden Joy back to school on the 1st of June, but that's our choice as her parents. And yet you guys are put in a position where you've all through this, you've been working so hard to support the kids. And, our friend has been delivering food every day, as like normally a teacher. And kind of that decision has been taken away from you. And all our love to you. Yeah. You're amazing.
Yeah, there you go. And it's a hard one in a sense to kind of extend that when I don't know if this is a relatively new thing that's happened. It probably is in terms of the way that opinion and ideas can be shared so fast now.
Yeah.
But you can have historically, two people could get on that had a different opinion, and I think because the fact that so much interaction around ideas and opinion goes on digitally at a distance, and you can't see someone's reaction, as in you're not actually in a conversation with them, then I don't know if it's come from this, but it seems to be that having a difference of opinion now feels like a personal attack, rather than I think this, you think this, that's cool. I don't dislike you as a person because of that.
Yeah. It's okay to agree to disagree.
Yeah, and
still be respectful.
Yeah, that is. I don't see that anymore, in a sense. Yeah.
I think that's the thing you want to create. Like to us, I think we want our family to be a space where it's safe for people to have different opinions and to like within our family, but our friends as well. And the people that we do life with. That people can have a different opinion and can share that opinion in a respectful manner. Like it's different if someone's like in your face, having a go. But where people can share their opinions in a respectful manner and we can disagree and discuss and be kind to each other and hopefully come out of that conversation better people. Yeah. With maybe a bit of a broader view on other people's lives. And
the other kind of hard one there is also having space to change your opinion. That it's very hard for people to kind of put their hands up and say, actually, do you know what, I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
It seems that'll get lost. I was talking about that on Saturday, wasn't I? About the I can't even think who it was, but the Instagram influencer, Geordie Shore person who was selling dodgy products, basically got called out for it.
I mean, dodgy, like, I don't think they realised that they were dodgy necessarily at first. It was like one of these kind of, you know...
It was a paid sponsorship type thing.
Yeah.
Called out for it, and now they are promoting kind of the right way in terms of health and fitness. And one of the people who called her out had sort of a positive post saying, well done for changing, like, she's done this, she's changed her opinion, like, this is what she's promoting. And at the time I was talking about it, kind of 70% of the comments on his post were still saying
really
negative things about it.
How can you possibly support this
person?
Why are you supporting us?
Thought
better of you, just because they were deciding to support somebody who had grown and changed and, you know, improved their way of doing things. But Dave, I'm really sorry. That's rubbish. That's really hard. And it's easy, isn't it, to say that we have to do what's right for us, or you know, in a kind way to others. But actually, it's different when
it's fully impacting.
When people's behaviour is impacting your life a lot.
People you love, someone you love.
Yeah,
stuff.
It's not an easy time at the moment, I think, and you know, there's lots out there about kind of choosing to be positive and all of that, like, which is great, and we agree with that. But you've got to be honest about the fact that actually, for a lot of people, this is really hard. And sometimes it's not, like, you know, for a bit it's okay, and you're kind of doing nice stuff and you're at home and everything's ticking along and it's okay. And then, you know, we delivered some groceries to my mum and dad at the weekend because they're self-isolating because of their age. And we got home and Eden Joy just burst into tears and was like, I couldn't give them a hug, Mum. And I think those kinds of things, actually, as well as how other people's behaviour is affecting you, and, you know, it's okay to be, like, upfront about the fact that actually this is really rubbish in a lot of ways. And I think that we are then in a position where we can support each other, and we can help each other, and we can come alongside each other. Because if all we do is put on our shiny happy face, then no one knows that you need any support. And all we're really doing then is kind of, you know, super positive. Positive vibes.
That's it.
But that's, you know, I think that's the good thing, isn't it? When we're a bit honest about the fact that actually some things about this are just kind of rubbish. We're then able to support each other and help each other, come alongside each other, which I would think is what community is meant to be all about.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. So there we go. And on that, obviously, if there's anything we can do to help and support from afar, then please ask. And you know, you're right about that. Just not being positive for the sake of being positive. That actually sometimes makes it harder when things are hard. Because it's a much you're kind of in a false high, and then dropping into an actual reality. If that's more level all the time, then I think it's easy to kind of think that through and manage that better.
And you can be honest about the stuff that's tough, and at the same time choose to focus on the stuff that's good. And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, there's always good stuff as well. And you know, you be honest about the stuff that's difficult, but you let your focus be on the stuff that's good. And I think that's you know, cool.
Good stuff.
I hope Jude has a really good day, Ian.
Good.
Praying for him, hey.
That's right. The emotions are real, and it's kind of not leveling them out. I want to kind of we can choose how we react, can't we? To whatever comes up.
And there's nothing wrong with your emotions. That's the thing.
No.
Like, we're taught that there's something wrong, almost with certain emotions, and it's not. Like, your emotions are there for a reason, aren't they? And they help you, and they show you what is going on and what you need. And so you kind of listen to them, and you use that information to, you know, do things like I'm feeling really rubbish. I'm going to have a nice bubble bath. But don't then just kind of sit in all the horrid feelings.
True. It's true.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
true.
Sunday morning face,
Sunday
shiny
morning
happy face.
That's it. That's it.
It's like
So-
when people say, "How are you?" and everything in me wants to go, "Actually, I'm really rubbish. Would you like to talk about it with me?"
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
I tried it once. Somebody did that kind of like, "Oh, how you doing?" Just expecting me to go, "Oh yeah, great, thanks." And I was like, "Oh, do you know, actually things are pretty tough right now." And their face was just like, oh, okay. It's like, I don't need anything from you. It's fine, just being honest.
Yeah, that is tough. Not being able to see people, but they're obviously thankful then for technology that we can
Yeah,
still see people. It's cool.
yeah, that's true, Dave. I agree.
work together as well. Yeah.
And, you know, I think that's part of why we wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Is actually so we can have conversations with people and so we can work together with the people that, you know, we have in our world. And I guess I hope that we continue to do that going forward.
Side.
You know,
Yeah.
on the other side.
So, good stuff. Good stuff. Right, we're gonna go because I've got to get ready for work at 8 o'clock. And yeah, have a really good day. Be positive, but be real. And yeah, let's have a good Monday and a good week. See you tomorrow.
See you.